I can't believe it. 2025 is already over. The year that had me riding my bike through 9 states in the United States and 2 territories in Canada is done. Wait a tick. That means I have a whole new year of adventures to plan. Oh, behave! Before we get into 2026, a big thank you for watching 2025's videos from all of us here at Adventures with Paul. Alright everybody, let's get into the routes for 2026. I've got 4 that I've planned so far to ride this year. 1 in the winter, 1 in the spring, 1 in the summer, and 1 in the fall. I'm going to try something new this year. I was going to do something like YouTube Live, but I figured instead of that, why not do Ride Live? Real life? Living life. The high life. Meetup life? Over the years, I've met half a dozen subscribers, some serendipitously, others planned. But I thought if I post my ride preview of what I'm going to be doing about a week before my ride, you can see where I'm going. And then we can just kind of meet up. Maybe ride a stretch, ride a stage, have some lunch. Adventures with Paul safety tip: avoid this in 2026. Or any year for that matter. I think 2026 will be fun. If I can meet up with some of you on a ride, to just ride a segment or a day maybe, or even just to eat lunch, I think that'll be fun. And if you don't want to be in the video, then let me know and I'll make sure that you're not in the video. But if you do, then you'll have something that you can share from YouTube to your family of friends. The day that you had an adventure with Paul. I just hope that I'm not the only celebrity that you're forced to meet. I mean, I'm not an A-list celebrity, more like a B-list celebrity for bikepacking. So here are the rides that I'm going to be doing upcoming in 2026. Mid-February, I'm going to Florida, which is a heck of a lot warmer than where I am right now. I'm heading south of Florida for some changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes as I ride the Jimmy Buffett Memorial Highway north to Amelia Island. I was originally planning to fly into Key West and riding north from there, but have you ever checked out the hotel prices in Key West? My word. So instead, I'm going into Miami. I'll probably ship my bike to Miami, ride north along the coast with stops in Fort Lauderdale, Jupiter Beach, Vero Beach, in Titusville, New Smyrna, St. Augustine, and then Amelia Island, to then pick up a rental car and take it for the way home. If you think that looks good, check out what we have in store for April. North Bend Rail Trail and a return to the Gap in C&O. My North Bend Trail goes from Cincinnati to Washington, D.C., where I will take the train home. But a 7-hour drive takes me up to Cincinnati Airport, starting off in a hotel. I'm going to travel northeast along the Ohio to Erie Trail. I'm going to detour off it in Xenia, take trails all the way down to Chillicothe. Then I'm heading through some rural areas towards Parkersburg, where I'm going to pick up the North Bend Rail Trail eastward all the way to Clarksburg. Then there's a network of trails that goes from Clarksburg to Morgantown, which point I'm going to head up and over the Appalachians to Ohiopyle and pick up the Gap in C&O, and then take that all the way down to Point of Rocks, where I'm going to be crossing over into Virginia, heading down into the Udvar-Hazy Center from the Smithsonian. They have a fantastic airplane collection. I haven't been there in over 10 years. Then the next morning, a nice leisurely 36-mile ride to Union Station in Washington, D.C. to pick up the overnight train home. With Amtrak's new rules, I can't go into the first class lounge until at least 3 hours before the train departs. So with a 6:30 departure, I can't even get into the lounge until 3:30. Once we're into summer, two things are going to happen. One, I'm not going to need this sweatshirt on. And two, I'm going to be riding a new route, the Boston-Washington corridor. This is the newest route that I designed, which goes from Boston all the way to Washington. This is probably the most heavily populated area in the United States. And it looks like I found a pretty good route through here. Shipping my bike to Boston and then flying up to meet it. I'm going to take the ferry over to the tip of Cape Cod. Here's my Cape Cod impression. Once at Provincetown, I'm going to loop around Cape Cod, staying at Sandwich, then ride over to Providence, Rhode Island, at which point I'm picking up another trail that goes all the way to basically the state line, and then I'm going to pick up the airline trail just outside this town here, all the way down towards Portland. Then I'm going to be riding through a very hilly area, meeting family in Danbury. Here I get the Empire Trail and then cross over at Newburgh. Once at Newburgh, I go through the southern edge of the Catskills all the way into New Jersey, and then I pick up the Paulinskill Valley Trail down towards the Delaware Water Gap. I have my biggest climbing day from there all the way over towards Whitehaven, at which point I pick up the Delaware and Lehigh Trail. That goes through the Lehigh Gorge, through Jim Thorpe, all the way through the Appalachians into the Lehigh Valley. 3 towns of Allentown, Bethlehem, and Easton. And I'll pick up the Delaware Canal Path all the way south towards Lumberville, making a detour on some really beautiful roads that I used to ride my bike on when I was racing, into Doylestown. I'm going to pick up the Perkiomen Valley Trail down into King of Prussia and Valley Forge. And then it's east all the way to another rail trail, which is going to take me to the Susquehanna River, overnight stay in York. The NCR Trail, or the Torrey Pines Trail, goes 40-some miles down to Cockneysville, Maryland. I'm going to overnight stay in Towson, pass by the Baltimore Inner Harbor, and then a selection of paved trails 60 miles into Washington where I catch the train. If you thought, this guy really likes to have a train trip at the end of every one of his bike tours, you would be 100% correct. For the fall tour, sometime in October is what I'm thinking. Drive up to St. Louis with a one-way rental, start at the airport, because the airport is such an easy place to pick up and drop off one-way rentals. Then get my kicks on Route 66, following the original path of Route 66 southwest all the way to Springfield, slightly west, at which point I will pick up the Transamerica Trail. You may not know, but 2026 is the 100-year anniversary of Route 66, so I suspect it'll probably be busier than usual. Coming out of Springfield, I'll pick up the Transamerica Trail, heading almost due west, and then pick up the Prairie Spirit Trail north, you can see on the dotted line here, before I head northeast into Kansas City. Take a one-day break there, explore Kansas City, and then Rock Island Trail to pick up Katy Trail at Windsor. I will take that 1, 2, 3.5 days back to the car, at which point I will head home. I'm looking forward to the Route 66 and the kitschy roadside stands before they're gone forever. I mean, the interstates have bypassed Route 66, leaving it for dead some places, and the places that still are alive have embraced the heritage and embraced the tourism that bike touring is perfect for. So again, thanks for watching in 2025. Happy New Year, and I will see you in 2026. Well, actually, you'll see me because you'll be the one watching this video and the other one's in 2026. So, because, you know, it's a channel